All right, guys, so I just finished installing an awesome puller fan. I'm going to show you how it works. If you have a pellet stove or any type of heating stove in your basement and want to heat the upstairs level, this is how. So obviously pellet stoves cranking out heat rises. I cut a hole in the ceiling and put this vent cover on. And let me show you guys upstairs. You might be able to hear it. I'll show you guys upstairs real quick. And I've got this vent here. The two fans pulling air from the basement straight up. You can actually see through the basement, through and up here. Right now it's pulling 77-degree air. It reads the air that it's pulling, and you can adjust the fans. I had it on as high as it goes, and you can hear it at that level. But honestly, 2, 3, 4 takes a minute to come back down. Those lower numbers for the fan speed, it's like whisper quiet, 2, 3, and 4. I just set it to 2, so it'll slow down. And it's got different modes. I have it actually is, you can control it with thermostat. The cooling mode is off, and I have it set where if it drops, or I think if it's above 72 degrees, the air from downstairs, it will pull it through. If it detects that it's below 72 degree air downstairs, the fans will turn off and it won't do anything. So I always want it to pull air if it's, above 72. That's my fan speed. You can probably barely hear it now. And it's reading 77-degree air. Now this does require power. Let me show what I did here. So this is all it is. Just a simple register vent. And this is right through to the basement between two I-beams. Now I am going to put some ducting in here to make sure it's just a straight shot up and not pulling air. So right now I have a piece of cardboard in there, but I will put some ducting in. I just finished this install. I cut a little hole through the I-beam, and then I snaked the power cord right up into my cabinets here. So you can see I snaked it up over through there, and I plugged it in with our dishwasher and garbage disposal. So that way I don't have an ugly cord running up the wall and into an outlet. So I would recommend, it's working great so far. I can feel warm air coming up here. I'll link everything in this post, but so far, so good.
This is the BIOWIND vent booster fan. It's actually a really good one. This room gets a lot hotter than most of the rest of the house, and this thing has really helped a lot. You can tell it's going right now, but the air conditioner is actually off. But there's a thermometer inside of there that detects the temperature inside the ducts, and as long as there's cool air inside of the ducts, those fans keep spinning to pull that cool air into the room until eventually those ducts heat up, and then the fan switches off. This thing has made a huge difference. It's been great. I just had to take off the old vent, and this one screwed right in. I did use some of this clear duct tape around it to seal around the edges up here. I don't know if you can tell, but just to seal it in better, because otherwise you're going to be pulling warm attic air in along with that cool ducted air. I don't want it, obviously, the attic air to be pulled in because that's the hot stuff. There's a little control pad on there, and it does come with a remote. The remote is just a fan speed adjustment remote. This fan goes up or down. That's all you can adjust from there, otherwise you got to get up and use the buttons. But it has a power cable. Doesn't look particularly great, but it's a pretty small cable, and it's long enough. I think it was like 10 or 12 feet. Long enough to reach the nearest outlet, which was right underneath this fan. But otherwise, I highly recommend this thing. And if you got a hot room that's not just to keep up the rest of the house, this thing makes a huge difference, and I highly recommend it.
Where all the choices are supposed to appear once you're pressing and nothing is happening. So I'm going to switch it to this guy. I'm going to switch it to this one. This one turns on. This one works fine. All the menu options work. Okay, and it turns on. The fan turns on. I tested it earlier. Now here's the third one. Plugging this third one in. Okay, plugged in. Nothing's coming up. Nothing is working. Okay, so there you have it. These worked wonderfully for one season and they no longer work.
It's not working at all. I try to plug in. This is like a third piece I ordered from Amazon. Seems like both pieces are like same malfunction. Wind is working fine, but I can see there's a light blinking in it. But the display is not working. Not even the display, the whole system is not working.
There you go. It's plugged in. Nothing. 4 months and nothing. Actually, less than 4 months. Worked good while I had it, but yeah, no power, no nothing. Everything's connected. Yeah, nothing.
Este fue el producto que me estuve comprando en Amazon. La verdad lo recomiendo bastante. Había visto algunos otros productos, pero este está excelente. Tiene 200 FM y ya se me quitó el problema que tenía del aire. Recomendado al 100%.